and those who are opposite are blameworthy. Those who knowledge is a lot and their speech is little, mamduh, are praiseworthy. And those who are opposite are blameworthy. Think about this, brothers, and think about the last statement. He who has a lot of knowledge and his speech is little, then he who are al-mamduh, he's praiseworthy. And he who is in the opposite of this, he's madmum, blameworthy. This is the scale. This is the scale. But this scale is almost non-existent in the ranks of those who call themselves Salafis. Non-existence. I mean, let's not talk about those other than Salafis. But amongst the Salafis, this mizan, this scale, where is it at? Where is it at? We are in a time where the juhal, the ignorant, can talk about the great scholars. Like many have talked regarding Sheikh bin Baz and said very nasty things. And Sheikh al-Albani and said very filthy things regarding him. And Sheikh Muqbil and Sheikh Rabi' hafidhahullah. And that's all of this because they did not have the scale that we're talking about in the words of Ibn Rajab and the words of Ibn Mas'ud. They did not have this scale. They did not know how to judge the issue. For the scholars are not known by their statements and by talking a lot and by writing a lot. They're known by Qala Allah. Allah said. Qala Rasulu. The messenger said. Qala Sahaba. The companions said. This is what they're known. They're not known by kathrat kalam, a lot of talk, wal jidal, and arguing and debating in the matters of deen. But everything they do is restricted to kitab and sunnah. Everything they do is restricted to following Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was given jawamil al-kalim, the ability to say a few concise words that carry a long range and extensive meaning. And the scholars are like that. The words of the Salaf are few and carry much barakah and much meaning. The words of the Khalaf and those who came after them are very much and carry nothing of real knowledge and no real blessing. So, since that the scholars are in fact inheritors of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those who inherit from the prophets, the person who inherits from a person is the one most closest to the person. The one most closest to the person is the one who inherits from that person. And the scholars are the inheritors of the prophets. So they have this quality, the same quality of speaking concise and speaking summarized, few statements, but much meaning, much benefit, and much wisdom to it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in Hadith Abu Hurairah, which is in Sahihain, verily I have been given the keys of speech. And in one narration he said, I have been preferred over the other prophets in 6 matters. Amongst them, I have been giving jawami al-kalim. Jawami' mean qaleel al-lafz, few words, kathir al-ma'ani, much meaning. Many meanings and much meaning. Full of meaning, full of benefit. The people benefit from the time the Prophet ﷺ was sent to Allah to inherit the earth and all that is upon it. Ibn Rajab Rahimullaah says, Ibn Rajab Rahimahullah says that we have this fitna. Listen to his point. Some people have been put to trial by those who came later, of the later day scholars, or the later day muta'akhirin, who were connected to knowledge, not necessarily scholars in the true sense of the word. Min kathra kalamuhu, because his words are a lot. Wajidalahu, and his arguing is a lot. And his debating is a lot in the matters of deen. So they think because this person talks a lot, debates a lot, argues a lot, is good in argumentation and debate, can talk a long time, that he's the most knowledgeable. وَهَذَا الْجَهْلِ الْمَحْض. That is total ignorance. Look to the akabir sahaba, look to the elders of the companions. They're scholars like Abu Bakr and Umar and Ali and Mu'adh and Mas'ud and Zayd and Thabit. How were they? They talked a little. They talked a little. فَلَيْسَ الْعَالَمْ بِكَثْرَةِ رِوَايَةٍ. The scholars not by relating a lot of narrations. وَلَا بِكَثْرَةِ الْمَقَالَ. By speaking a lot. وَلَكِنْهُ النُّورِ. But it's a light that Allah throws in the heart of an individual. That يَفْهَمْ بِهِ الْعَدْلِ. The servant understands how he can make a distinction between that which is batil, false, and that which is true, and how he can express that to others in a very short and concise and summarized manner. This is knowledge. We're talking about ilm. And we should know, barakallahu feekum, that we have to distinguish with the scholar by many things. Amongst them, and this was in the first setting, amongst them is his age. Age, in most cases, has a place, especially when it comes to knowledge. Except rarely, and we're not talking about exceptions, we're talking about the general rule. The scholar normally should be someone who's elderly, someone who's lived a long time, someone whose beard is gray, unless he places henna in it, right? Someone who is an old individual, right? This is not, we say, a condition for somebody to reach the level of scholars. But in this time we say, we make it like a condition because of the harm that comes from taking knowledge from the youth. Many of the asagir, the youth, they don't connect people to the kibar, to the great scholars. And because of this, there's a lot of corruption and misunderstanding. And this is why the people are not able to distinguish a scholar from other than him. So, the scholar has these type of things that are distinguishing. He is old in age, elderly. He has wara, abstinence. He is a'lam, has knowledge. He is of someone who has a sort of sakina and waqar to him. And a hilm, a forbearance and a patience and a maturity. That's the word. A maturity to him. Listen to Abdullah Mas'ud radiallahu anhu who said, the people will always be in good as long as they take their knowledge from the akabirihim, yani from their elders, and from those who are trustworthy, from the scholars who are elderly. And when they start to take it from the youth, then they are taking it from the worst, and they will be destroyed. And they will be destroyed. Now this has been explained, the word sigar here. Some say sigar mean ahl al-bidah. So they say that it means the people will always be good as long as they take their knowledge from the people of sunnah, the akabir, and not from the asagir, ahl al-bidah. But it's no reason to go from the direct meaning of the word to other than that. In other words, this can be included, but amongst, of course, the first meaning of it, first and foremost, and the meaning that has priority before you say Ahl al-Bidah, is those people who are young. Those people who are young. And Abdul Muslim al-Dainuri was asked about this matter. What is this statement that the people will always be good if they take their knowledge from their elders? He said it means, he explained it. He said it means that they will always be in a good condition as long as they take their knowledge from the older folk. And that their scholars are not these young individuals. Because the sheikh, the older individual, and Sheikh Manja was a khamseen, the one who is above the age of 50, right? Who has went beyond 50, that's the sheikh in the Arabic word. What has happened to him? The frailties and mistakes of youth have went away. And the harshness of youth has went away. And the rushing and desiring to rush in matters has went away. And the stupidity and foolishness has went away. And he also has a tajriba, experience. Right? He has experience in what he's been doing. So there's nothing that enters to his knowledge of shubha, of doubt. Nor does desire overtake his knowledge like it does with the young man. Nor does he go with what his youth, his inexperience would make appeal to him. And he's not often tricked by shaitan like those who are young. And with the years come a respectability. And with the years come a security. And with the years come forbearance.